welcome to the 2014 State of the City of Berkeley. A long-standing and well-tested tradition in our democracy enables us to offer an account of the current state of the city to those who placed its leadership in our hands. We assemble together today energized by the achievements of the past and confident in our vision of the future. It is my pleasure to report to the residents of Berkeley that our city is financially stable and our institutions are thriving. The city budget is balanced across all operating funds, and our future is vibrant and strong. We have come through a year of unusual challenge. Comprehensive progress on so many fronts will be viewed and perhaps even overshadowed through the prism of the catastrophic weather events we had to deal with. Nature itself seems to have conspired against us, with record snows, devastating floods, and storms that dislodged power lines. These events have strained our resources, stressed our people, and revealed anew the vital role of local government. Now, some presume that government can do everything, while others are persuaded that government can do nothing. Both views are as wrong as they are extreme. The rightful role of effective government falls between these polar perspectives. In some matters, the government is the only entity that can deal with certain situations, while in other matters, well, the people should handle their lives and be spared the intrusion of government. When disasters arise, the most effective response occurs when we, both city officials and residents, realize that we are partners responding together to a crisis that affects us all. This is exactly how Berkeley handled the record 95 inches of snow that fell this past winter, and the record 6.25 inches of rainfall on August 11th. And the gale force storm that downed power lines, causing last month's 2 fires. One resident, overwhelmed by the flooding, sent an email to the President of the United States asking for help. She sent a copy to me and to other members of City Council. I read her email, and within 20 minutes I knocked on her door. A mountain of destroyed possessions was at the curb, and more needed to be dragged from the basement. The family was crushed with their loss, tired from working and worried about the cleanup. As I was leaving, the resident said to me, "Mayor, if you know of people who are too old or too ill to deal with this, would you please call us? We can help." This kind of grace, civility, and generosity is extraordinary. Even in their loss and pain, they thought of helping others. Residents like these embody the immortal line from President Kennedy's inaugural address: "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." At City Hall, we collaborated with the county executive, the governor, and our congressional delegation to secure federal assistance. 14 days ago, President Obama announced that federal disaster aid would be available to Berkeley and this region through the Federal Emergency Management Agency, better known as FEMA. Individual homeowners and businesses that sustained losses from the flooding can now apply to FEMA for assistance. The financial losses experienced by our residents are projected to exceed $50 million. City Hall spent almost $500,000 in unanticipated expenses for flood damage to municipal buildings, as well as the massive effort to collect flood debris. In this context, I'd like to pay special tribute to our communications team, who did such a magnificent job keeping all of us apprised of the unfolding information regarding the recovery work as it proceeded. These efforts proved to be invaluable to our residents. Every day, residents express their gratitude and admiration for our public works employees. In the earliest stages of the recovery process, DPW employees were the first in the region to roll up their sleeves to remove flood debris. This work is typically performed exclusively by the city's trash haulers. I also vividly recall their work in repairing the large number of water main breaks during this past frigid winter. I saw them on Christmas Day working with great urgency to ensure that affected families had safe, clean water flowing to their homes. In March of this year, Public Works Director Derek Schuller recommended that we seek a sewer acid wastewater management grant. As a result, Berkeley was one of the very few communities that will receive roughly $600,000 over the period of the next 3 years. That timely award will enable us to develop an asset management plan, provide software and training for our staff, and ultimately implement the geographic information system designed to capture, store, analyze, and manage all of the data that is related to Berkeley roads and our water infrastructure. A few months ago, City Council voted to convert 250 of the city's mercury vapor streetlights to energy-efficient LED fixtures. This would not have been possible without the initiative and support of DTE Energy. We expect that the financial return on this investment should begin to accrue in the next 3 years. We plan to continue this conversion process going forward. We are also fortunate to partner with DTE Energy in staging one of Berkeley's annual signature events, Cruise Fest. More than 30,000 people attended this year's event. Enthusiasts from 67 cities were present to observe the 20th anniversary celebration of classic cars. Our public safety department had an exceptional year. The professionalism and dedication of our officers was acknowledged when Berkeley was named the 5th safest city in Michigan. We are proud of that title and even more for what it means to our residents. I'd like to acknowledge another group of employees that did enormous work behind the scenes throughout the flooding ordeal. They all work at City Hall, Building and Planning Department, the City Clerk's Office, the Treasurer's Office, and Administration. Each one went beyond the call of duty and job description to help out. Throughout the year, some of our parks received a facelift, and our recreational programs are all well attended. The increasing demand for leisure activities has the community center bursting at the seams. Drainage and other improvements at J.C. Park significantly enhances the safety and convenience for its many users. Our library now has 16,000 downloadable titles to cardholders. These include e-books and audiobooks. Users can download content to phones, tablets, and dedicated e-readers. Interesting authors and speakers are frequently featured at the library and contribute greatly to the cultural and educational richness of the city. Active living communities support and promote healthy lifestyles, stimulate economic development, and attract and retain talent. These elements are all part of what we call the Berkeley Vibe. Recently, the Michigan Fitness Foundation's Promoting Active Communities examined a number of Michigan cities in terms of the laws and policies, walkability, bike facilities, parks, public safety, and so on. I'm pleased to announce that the city of Berkeley was recognized for being a model community, offering excellent opportunities for our residents to live, work, learn, and play. Even though Berkeley is stable and thriving, challenges remain. Our municipal buildings and our roads, and our infrastructure all require significant improvement. A building assessment study has been completed. The city's roads and infrastructure were recently studied, and City Council established an ad hoc committee led by Mayor Pro Tem Dan Turbright. This committee has been assigned the task of reviewing the data and recommending priorities, funding opportunities, and timing for the repairs to our Berkeley roads. The resurfacing of Coolidge Highway between 12 Mile and Webster is an $800,000 project, and I'm pleased to confirm that this much-needed construction will begin early in the springtime. Our city administration and finance department continue to receive accolades for its accounting and budgeting practices. Once again, Berkeley received the coveted Certificate of Recognition from the Government Finance Officers Association, often referred to as the GFOA. Also from the GFOA, the city was awarded the prestigious Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. This award is the highest form of recognition for financial reporting and represents a significant accomplishment. The careful management of our finances is a critical priority. Taxpayers trust that we manage it with diligence and strict attention to detail. These awards recognize the conscientious way in which we handle the people's money. As a result, our bond rating continues at a AA stable rating, according to the New York-based Fitch Ratings House. The old business school adage, "There is no mission without a margin," is as true at City Hall as it is on Wall Street or at our own kitchen tables. Money determines what you can do and when you can do it. Investment in Berkeley is the clearest and most powerful indicator that our city's future is secure. Both families and businesses are attracted to the Berkeley vibe. In the past year, 26 new family homes were built in the city, and 11 businesses either moved into Berkeley or invested heavily in their existing properties. Doggy in the Window on 11 Mile, a new doctor's office on Greenfield, a medical imaging center, Urge Juice and Big B Coffee on 12 Mile are just some examples of the investments made in our downtown and business districts. Berkeley's thriving businesses quickly generate a buzz, and with it comes parking challenges. To put it mildly, Berkeley could use more public parking. This would greatly benefit residents who live near popular eateries and shopping areas. To this end, I am pleased to report that the city is actively involved in the process aimed at increasing available parking on Woodward Avenue. We are working with the business community to do what is best for Berkeley. We are also working with our neighboring communities and regional partners on several key initiatives. One that will most certainly enhance our city is rapid transit, and our leadership in regional transportation initiatives has been well recognized. By better connecting ourselves and the region with safe, reliable transportation options, we enable our residents and businesses to thrive. Quality education is also vital to our future, and Berkeley schools continue to be exemplary. We salute the leadership of Superintendent Dennis McDavid, and we honor the teachers, the students, families that work so hard together to make education a priority. Berkeley is a progressive community with positive and constructive people. We are tempered by a renewed respect for the forces of nature, yet we are energized by the neighborly spirit to help one another triumph over its impact. City Hall remains your partner in that undertaking. This is an emerging Berkeley, enriched by the character of its people and driven by the innovative residents that create the familiar Berkeley vibe. Our energy is strong, our resolve is unyielding, and our finances are secure. Thank you for the honor and privilege of serving you, and for your continued support as we move our city forward together. Thank you.